Okay, so welcome back to Inductive Logical Reasoning Part 2. Okay, so in Part 1, I discussed questions and I told you like they are very similar to non-verbal reasoning questions, but different in the sense of the number of terms given are more. So the pattern has to be like recognized for larger number of terms. So that's the difference. Okay. So in part 2, we are again going to continue with the questions. Uh, Questions are going to be tricky. Uh, I would repeat, as in like always look at the question, pause the video, take 30 seconds, try to solve them. Okay. That's what it is. Okay. Let's get started. Okay, so the question, the pattern remains same. You need to identify which of the following of the options do not satisfy the pattern given. Okay, so let's start working on it. Okay, so I have chosen the highlighter. Okay, let me pick a color. Okay, let's have a look at the pattern. Now, most of the students, once again, I would say this is basically like 50% of the students generally get it right in the class. I'll say what I suggested, let's say in the previous video, I'll do it the same way. If you do it, let's say if the student is trying to do it like this, sometimes they do it like this. Okay, this is the one and it moves over here. It is going to be here, then from here it is taking a transition like this. Fine, but again the same thing I want to repeat over here. It is like for 9 terms, so this is again a longer uh, pattern has to be realized for larger number of terms, so that's going to be a challenge. Instead what I'll do is I'll join it, and what do I realize? It is a V formation. V formation with the corner over here, with a corner over here and a corner over here and middle over here. With this V formation, again this is again a V formation and a V formation. First and third are identical, no issues with it. But if you happen to look at the second one, the V formation over here is not perfect, because let's say this is not entirely at the corner. So if it had been here, the V formation was perfect, but since it is slightly over here, so this goes wrong. So my right answer, which of the following is does not fit the pattern, is A option. Is it okay? Let's go to the next question. Okay, this one is, I'm sure if I'm discussing among trainers, in the class, you'll find students getting it wrong. In the class, this is a difficult question, I would say. Yes, certainly it is a difficult one. Uh, let me try to find the pattern. Okay, let me try to figure out what is going to be the pattern over here. Now, since sometimes it is going to be like this, students will start saying, okay, this comes over here because this is 1 and 1. But then there is like 2 over here, 2, you can say circles, and then 3 circles, then 4 circles. So it is not like the orientation which I can figure out. Okay, the pattern is not about orientation. I'm saying last time it was about orientation when you were making a V. This time it is not about orientation. So first thing I realize, it is not about orientation. Okay, it is not about orientation. So second, I think it is about numbers. Second, I try to think it is about numbers. But what I realize, the numbers, if you count the numbers, it is like one, you can say a ball over here, one ball, and again a one ball, and two, and three, and four, and three, and two, and one, and one. So if you, I'm making things simple for myself by writing it down. Try to think in terms of perspective of the student. The student is not, generally he is not writing it down, and he's just trying to guess. The guess thing is not going to work. I've told you before, this is a difficult question. So if you observe this pattern, what kind of a pattern is this? I'll suggest, if you have written it down, then also pause the video and try to figure out the answer, because I told you it's a difficult one. Uh, can we think of the pattern? What is going on over here? Okay. Okay, let's start with it. Okay, there is 1 and it kept on 1, but this is a 2, this is 3. I'll tell you what it is. Uh, how many of you, as trainers, we know it, but let's say, and it is good to tell students in the class as well. Let's say there is Fibonacci series. What is it, Fibonacci series? Fibonacci series. What is a Fibonacci series? Uh, you add the two terms before and you get the third term. So what is it like? If you add this 1 and 1, you're getting a 2. If you add 2 and 1, you're going to get a 3. 3 and 2 should be getting you 5, not 4. And then it is going in the reverse also, it is coming like this, or you can say it is going down. From 5 it is going to go to 3, then 2 and 1 and 1, or from other side like 1 1 2, 2 and 1 3, and 3 and 2 should be giving me 5. So ideally there should be 5 balls over here, not 4. So which went wrong? This does not fit. So my right answer over here is this, because it is not fitting the pattern. In the actual pattern, it should have been, let me use green color, it should have been 5 over here. Okay, so that was the question. I believe that's answered now. Okay, so let's go to the next one, but this was a difficult one. Okay. Okay, this one. In class, I've done it number of times. I'll say again, though very simple one, people get it wrong. People get it wrong, and the reason is the pattern. That's the perennial problem with the Cape Gemini, this inductive logical section, because there are 9 figures. Generally, it is like 4. You try to figure out where the pattern is not holding true, but it is 9. It is 9. Okay, so if let's say if they try again, they say okay, this is mirror image, mirror image. Okay, mirror image. Okay, what about this? The answer to this one is though a simple one. I'll still say please pause the video, try to find the answer on your own. If let's say try to do it in 30 seconds. Okay. I'm reminding you again and again, in actual exam there is like 24 minutes game aptitude section, 8 games you're going to get. You can get inductive logical reasoning can be one of those games. 3 minutes for this game, and 3 minutes would mean you'll ideally going to get, the more you do, the harder question is going to come, and the harder question is going to come, the more you would score, as in it is an adaptive section. Okay, what is going wrong? If you get it, this is my answer. This is where the pattern does not follow. It's a simple one though. It is like the circles are always inside, it is going outside. So that is very simple one, but sometimes students are like they are trying to follow more things over here, and then they get wrong. Okay, that's what I have observed. Okay, for this particular one, you can see this is a kind of an identical question we did in part 1 of inductive logical reasoning videos. So students who watched that video should be able to solve it. But I'll tell you the problem otherwise as well. The students sometimes say, okay, this is a mirror image. They also say this is a mirror image, but it's fine. This is a mirror image, but this is not a mirror image. I would say you tell them it's better to work with angles rather than with mirror image. They know mirror image is a concept, again they can be using it, but it is better off to work in terms of angles if let's say they want more perfect better answers. Okay, so let's erase it and let's start again. Okay, So, okay, what is it? If you see this, this is, you say this is an anti-clockwise 180, anti-clockwise 180 degree. Okay, that's fine. Now this is after this transition for this pair, this is anti-clockwise 90. Okay, that's fine, anti-clockwise 90. And for this pair again, it is follows it up with anti-clockwise 180. So now it is like we know things. What is the pattern? Anti-clockwise 180 for a pair, then an anti-clockwise 90 for the start, and then a pair is followed by anti-clockwise 180. And then you can say again, it is going to be like anti-clockwise 90 and then followed by anti-clockwise 180. Anti-clockwise 90, that's fine, followed by anti-clockwise 180, and it goes wrong over here. How? Let's say over here, and it is has to be followed by, after this pair, it has to be followed by anti-clockwise 90. Anti-clockwise 90 would have taken it over here, which is though is like in this direction. This is going wrong. So for students, this is a kind of a reminder, as in even the last one can be a wrong choice. Okay, so if they were thinking, okay, the wrong choice has to be like in between somewhere, so this is something to learn over here, that even for this one it is going to be the last one which is going wrong. Okay, so that's how it is. So with this, this was the last question for the video, and I believe now things are getting better for inductive logical reasoning. We'll shoot, we have one more video in for this, let's say, game. Please watch it as well. Uh, the idea remains same. Every time you pause the video, try the question on your own. Try to do it in 30 seconds. I'm reminding you again, again. You might find game aptitude, let's say, sometimes an easy section, but when it comes to the actual thing, like the time limit and everything, and the level of difficulty increasing with the questions, that is the thing which poses problem for the students. Okay, thanks for watching this video, and please continue watching inductive logical reasoning part 3 as well. Okay, thank you.